Hello and welcome to WES for round 3 and 4 of the UCI E-Mountain Bike Cross Country World Cup presented by Schwalbe. We're in Bielstein, Germany for the second year in a row. The beautiful Das Bergisches region is hosting the event in the woods of the motocross venue Bielsteiner Waldkurs, one of Europe's oldest motocross circuits. Well, the weather conditions nice and warm so far for day one of WES racing and family riding. Smiles and relaxed atmosphere during the e-bike checks as riders get ready for the morning reconnaissance. Some new riders challenging themselves in the World Cup for the first time. That's not an easy job as they're facing the best riders in this discipline. Let's take a look now at the course that last year was ridden in the same direction over the 2 days, the only time in WES history. Race 1 is going to be anti-clockwise, one of the shortest tracks in the WES calendar with 8 laps and a challenging ascent level. Let's take a look at the track with Eric Muth.
Welcome to Bielstein. We're here in Bielstein for the second year in a row for the World E-Bike Series Electric Cross Country World Cup. I'm on the Schwalbe tires, on the new radial tires. In the front I'm riding the Schwalbe Shredder Gravity and in the rear the Schwalbe Albert Gravity. Let's go for a ride and I'm gonna show you the track on the Schwalbe track preview. Alright, then let's start with the track preview. So, few meters of start to the MX jump, motocross jump up there. It's probably gonna be a sprint until here. First little uphill here onto the motocross track. A newly built rock garden. Just 2 berms through the tunnel. So now onto the first uphill section in the dry. It's fairly easy to ride. When it's wet it's going to be a challenge. Taking the high line there, 180-degree turn up here, up into the downhill section. It's really fun. And now into the most funnest parts on track, the berm jump flow section, and go really fast through here and into the woods. Oh. Oh. Small mistake there. Into a fun downhill section, loam trail, split lane right here. Also A line and B line. Gonna take the A line. Whoop. Getting ready for another really tricky uphill section with roots, rocks, everything. Gear selection is key. Try to miss those roots here. The track is ridden in. And we're almost up. And now we're gonna go up the stairs because Schwalbe tires can. And now finish sprint. And that's the lap at Bielstein. Whew. That was fun. Exhausting but fun.
Great to see the track from that perspective. Let's remind you of the race format. Open race for men and women, elite and masters. Time now for the first qualification race of the weekend. The qualification race is a time lap. The riders, of course, start at 1 minute intervals and give it their all for the best positions on the grids. Anna Spielman set the best time in the women's qualification.
To be honest, not that good at the moment because I crashed in World Champs and hit my hand pretty hard. But yeah, I hope I can go here fast today.
Jerome Gio, newly crowned world champion. And here's one of his rivals, the Italian champion Mirko Tabacchi of RDR. Rob Williams of High Bike. But the fastest is Tabacchi.
Bene, dai, sono partito bene.
Had a very good start. I pushed hard from the beginning, gave it all. The bike worked very well. I managed to ride well and make no mistakes, so it went smooth.
Particolari intoppi, quindi è tutto andato liscio.
And here is the traditional awards presentation for the Raspini pole position with Anna Spielman and Mirko Tabaki. Let's take a look at race 1. The riders are on the grid. Tabaki in pole position. This is Anna Spielman in pole position for the women's race. Let's take a look then at the top 10. This is the starting grid. Men and women gridding together. All focus, ready for the start. Race 1 is underway. Full speed towards the hole shot. Let's see who's going to take it. But we're on board now with Robert Williams. Van Eck ahead of him, looks fast, looks strong. Let's take a look at the hole shots. The first Santero hole shot in Germany goes to Van Eck and Anna Spielman. Back to the action with Rob Williams now. Joe overtaking the Brit to the inside and going to catch Van Eck now. And now it's Reef chasing them. Mirko Tabaki just behind. It's Riff in the lead now, ahead of Gio and Tabaki. Oh, Gio makes a mistake. What a race. Tabaki gets himself into second, pushing hard to stay close to Reef. Van Eck consistent in 4th place right now. Reef maintaining the lead down that section. Tabaki chasing hard. Up into the new rock garden. They're increasing the gap over the world champion. And Tabaki now taking the lead. Reef in second. Here we are in the women's race. Anna Spielman looking confident. Nice solid pace. This is Celine Bourseau. Back with the men's race. Reef has overtaken Tabaki again for first place. Sounds like Tabaki's struggling with that bike. Gio taking advantage, getting into second place, while Tabaki is visibly upset. Reef flying his way through that turn, leading comfortably. Here comes Gio. Anna Spielman just behind. She's leading ahead of Maria Shea and Bourseau. Confirmation, sadly, the Italian is not finishing this race. The Czech champion, Michal Swarovski, maintaining his pace, good 5th position. There's Reef. Gio just behind, trying to shorten this gap now. Here's the last lap. Van Eck in 3rd. Thirsty for a podium finish. Joris Reef takes his first win of the season here in Germany, where he was 2nd last year. Reef wins ahead of Gio and Van Eck. There's confirmation of the results.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So first of all, it was really important to get the hole shot there. I had a mistake, I didn't clip the pedal pretty well, but then I think Sharon was in front, made a good pace, and I just tried to catch up rider by rider. Then I went away with Tabaki, then we had a tough battle, I think for 4 laps or 5. At the beginning I was always in the front, then I was a little bit behind, really tried to hold his wheel. Then somehow something happened with his engine, I don't know what happened, and I just took this chance to attack. But yeah, Sharon was pretty strong in the second half of the race. Yeah, he came really close. I think in the second last lap I almost thought, now he can catch me maybe. But yeah, I could hold the pace until the last lap and I just fight it to the end.
Great win by Joris Reef in the women's race. Anna Spielman takes her first win of the season, ahead of fellow citizen Mariache, who made her comeback, and the French Bourseau grabbing some important points in the standings. Here's confirmation of the result.
It was actually a pretty good race for like the circumstances, and especially with the hand, it was quite not that easy to ride, but like especially on the uphills they are quite technical, and also 2 times I had to carry the bike, which was not that easy with the hand, but yeah, in the end I could win.
Time now for our podium. Vanek takes his first ever Santero hole shot. Along with Anna Spielmann, first of the season for her, second from last year. All smiles from those two. And here's our women's podium. Spielmann takes the victory. Here's the standings for our women on the podium. And here's the men's podium. Joris Reef wins ahead of Gio and Vanek. Vanek again on the podium after Girona 2021. What a day for the Dutchman. And our family picture, as always, with our podium finishers, including our amateur riders. On to race 2, and this year we finally have the course ridden in both directions, clockwise on Sunday. Time for qualification race number 2. The riders are warming up. Track conditions absolutely perfect today. Mikhail Swarovski of Profi Crucis. Tabaki's team here. Vanek at the start of the qualification lap. This is Antoine Pluchard of Cube, pretty new in the WES paddock. Eric Muth goes over that jump. And the Austrian, Jacqueline Mariascher, a familiar face as she was a podium contender in 2021 and 2022. The women's leader, Anna Spielmann, riding smoothly through that twisty section despite her injury. Sets another fastest time in qualification here in her leader's jersey.
Pretty good actually. The track is really cool. It's not as technical as it was yesterday, but I'm looking forward to race on it.
In the men's, Mikhail Swarovski at the start in this qualification. Tabaki now, he wants revenge from yesterday. And the world champion, Gio. Swarovski looking focused. Rob Williams making his way to the finish. This is Gio looking comfortable. And Reef pushing hard as always. Today, Tabaki looks fast and smooth. But this time, it's Gio who takes the pole position. Let's hear what the difference was from yesterday.
Bonne qualification.
That was a good qualification for me today, better than yesterday. I didn't make any mistakes, even though I liked yesterday's anti-clockwise race best. Let's see how the race will go later today. And a high five with Anna. Watch out for her hand. Time now for a chat with a recently crowned world champion, consolidating his position of the specialist. Impressive numbers for Gio. 3-time world champion, 3-time World Cup winner.
Ça s'est plutôt bien passé au niveau cross-country. Cette année, je me suis...
The season is going pretty well. I focused on e-cross country. And my main goal was to bring the rainbow jersey back home.
Axer ma saison sur les championnats du monde en Andorre.
So I focused on the World Championship in Andorra.
Marathon et les deux.
I raced a couple of marathons at the beginning of the season.
Ça s'est bien passé, j'ai réussi à gagner.
And the first 2 rounds of the World Cup in Italy. It went well. I clinched a title.
Ça s'est bien passé, je suis content. Ma préparation s'est bien passée.
We managed to see how to improve the bike and my preparation to get to the World Championship in good shape. I'm really happy, I was feeling good, the bike worked well and the team did a great job. Clinching the title again is amazing. Yesterday was not that good. It was hard to be on the front and it was upsetting to finish second right after getting the title. The bike settings haven't changed much. The only big change was in the wheels partner. Yeah, it would be fantastic to get the triple and also win the World Cup title. I'm leading the standings, but there are still 5 races to go. It's not even half the season yet and anything can happen. Not sure I can make it, but if I do, that would be awesome. Race number 2. The riders are on the grid, a relaxed Joris Reef, galvanised from yesterday's win. Nice weather conditions for race 2. Comes up from Reef. Here's Anna Spielmann in the pole position for the women, shining in her leader's jersey. Gio in pole position for the men. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Again, Spielmann and Mariasha are there to battle amongst the men. Ready for race 2, and off we go. Van Eck pushing hard like yesterday to catch the Santero hole shot. Awesome view here. On board with Michał Swarovski. Oh, he got wide there through that uphill. Confirmation then of the hole shot. Van Eck and Spielmann take the double. Tabaki is leading. Reef just behind. Gio chased by Van Eck. Rob Williams here in 5th. We're back in the saddle with Swarovski, overtaking Mutz with the fast move there. The local wild card overtaken. Let's take a look at the women's race. Spielmann leading with confidence. Really fierce battle here in the men's field. 3, 2, 1, their race numbers. Tabaki, Reef, Gio in that order. Here's Van Eck, the recently crowned Eliminator World Champion. Spielmann sets the fastest time on this second lap and takes the Magneti Morelli check style power lap, maintaining the gap. Mariasha in 2nd. The current positions in the men's race not changing. The top 3 all pushing hard. So close. What a race. It's a real tussle. Williams setting his pace. Gio's managed to overtake Reef and Tabaki. Surely something hasn't happened to the Italian again. Here he is in 3rd. We'll try to see what happens. Gio still leading. Oh, Reef. A little bit of a problem. Forced to push the bike. Tabaki behind in 3rd. Here's Jacqueline Mariasha, 2nd place in the women's race. Gio sets the fastest time in race 2, securing his Magneti Morelli check-style power lap. Reef, great pace, riding in style. This gap seems too big now from the leader. This is Swarovski in 5th. Very consistent this German weekend. Reef towards the finish, heading towards 2nd place. Tabaki still in 3rd. And at the finish line, Jérôme Gio crosses the line to take the win. Visibly happier than yesterday. Spielmann wins in the women's race, happy she took it all this weekend. Reef has something to say.
Really, really hard and really tactical. Together, like 3 riders together, change position until half the race. Good race.
Here's Tabaki. I was looking for revenge after yesterday's DNF. I tried to lead since the very beginning, but even pushing to the limit, I couldn't get and stay ahead. Lap by lap, made a little mistake on the tough uphill to jump off the bike and push, so I lost a few seconds and I couldn't fill in the gaps. Well, I did my very best.
It was tough, like just I really felt it from yesterday. I think the lead also was really,
And for me it was
a challenge.
yesterday I had nothing to drink during the race.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're now the whole shot leader.
Well, you need to get something out. If you don't get to the front in the race, then try the whole shot.
That was an interesting chat. Well, here's the men's results. Gio from Reef from Tabaki, Van Eck in 4th, Swarovski in 5th.
C'était un peu la bagarre sur les 3 premiers tours.
Well, there was a good battle in the first 3 laps. I was faster at the beginning, but then I was behind the first 2 guys. waiting for them to make a mistake. So I had a margin to speed up. I was just waiting just for the right moment to make my move. Eventually Mirko made a mistake. He slipped on the uphill in the last lap. So Joris and I could pass. I also managed to overtake Joris. Then I made my race. Well, I pushed so hard, but I could just take my lines, ride as I like over the last 3 laps. I'm really happy to win today after yesterday's race. We made some changes on the bike that all paid off. Now, time to get ready for Spa.
On va se préparer pour Spa.
Here's confirmation of the women's podium. Spielmann in the top position.
It's pretty cool to win also the second race this weekend. This time it was a bit more about endurance, and I'm pretty happy to also win that race. I decided to race in the long pants, so it was quite hot in the end because the sun came out, and also the lap was more physical, I would say, and that made it more demanding, so I'm pretty happy to win it.
Time now to present the awards of the weekend. Here's Spielmann taking the Santero hole shots. And here's the women's podium. Spielmann in her leader's jersey on the top step. Bubbles time. Here's the overall standings after these 2 races in Germany. Here's Van Eck celebrating his second Santero hole shots. And here's our race podium. Joe on top with his leader's jersey. Over, of course, his rainbow jersey as world champion. The celebrations and the World Cup men's standings, not a big gap now at the top. Last but not least, the awaited Magneti Morelli Czechstar Power Lap Award and the traditional family picture, again with the amateurs. Well, our next stop is in Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, racing in the woods of the iconic F1 circuit for a breathless back-to-back next week on the 11th and 12th September. WES heads to the Ardennes for the 3rd year in a row, crossing the world-famous Eau Rouge with the Radillon as a unique background. We'll see you there. Bye for now.